Talking the Ugly Truth, Telling Pretty Lies. It's the current record, depending on when you're looking at this. Produced and mixed by Ken Lewis for the majority of it, except co-production on Two Bleeding Hearts with Randy, and Randy produced the last song on this record, Under the Gun. Art design, my son-in-law Mike McLaughlin. Photography by my friend Amy Waters. And the cover, again, collaborating with an artist. In this time, we decided that, why not include a piece of Donna's if I could find something that related to the feeling of the record. So we had this one painting, art piece of Donna, and I took out my phone and took an iPhone photograph of an element of that painting, which is this, and I really like it a lot. People seem to like it a lot. Songs, Better Than This. 17-year-old Bruce riding around in 1963 Catalina at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out what girlfriend he can go visit. Starts there and then just takes you again. It's like it's a phase of life song, but with the overall message being wherever you are in your life, enjoy it because it doesn't get any better than this. Got to break it down. I Make the World Go Away. Stole that title from Eddie Arnold, and there was a song from, I guess it was the 60s, and I think it was a country song and a pop song called Make the World Go Away. It's basically a song of, give me a break from the stress of it all. Two Bleeding Hearts, sitting on the couch on a Saturday afternoon with Francesca, everything's fine. All of a sudden, before you know it, we're into a battle, and she goes that way, I go this way. Who's going to be the first one to say I'm sorry? I'm sorry. I had the distinct pleasure of having Valerie Simpson duet with me on it and play piano. She's so great as a singer and a pianist, and really simple production, acoustic guitar, piano, bass, and drums. Love it. How'd You Get Here? It's basically a song about baby boomers now, who are at this point in their life, and we're the eternally youthful generation, and now we're having to learn to navigate non-youth. That's what that song's about. A Cardboard World is a song about an artist friend of mine. Just for this, I will even name her. Her name is Andrea Bowers. She's a fabulous artist and activist who does very socially conscious work, mainly on cardboard, sometimes in neon. It's a song that talks about sacrifice and the cost that it can sometimes be to make great art. As many chances as I've taken in my life, I always feel that I have a governor on myself, to where I get to a certain point and I'm like, I can't go that far. But there are certain artists who can go all the way. That's what that song's about anyway, Cardboard World. Talking Ugly Truth, Telling Pretty Lies, the title track, was the last song that we did. Ken put the track together. I kind of did a rough demo, acoustic guitar demo, vocals. I was in Milan. Ken put his team of guys on it. Dylan Wissing on drums, Irene Blackman on backing vocals. Just a great group, tasty and creative, and play the right parts. It tells the story of two renegades who are basically living life on the fringe, and there are people who buy into this lifestyle of, let's just do things the wrong way and get over on people and get around playing by the rules, and the further along they go, the more bold they become until, they think they're going to get away with it forever. Then at some point in their life, it all comes crashing in, and they end up living the back part of their life in not a good situation, And I always used to think, because I knew a lot of these people, growing up, and I would always think if they would put the same time, because they're really smart and clever and industrious and hardworking, if they would put that same focus and energy into doing something the right way, they would be just as successful anyway. But anyway, that's that story. Music video. I had the good fortune of over the course of the pandemic, I met a production team, Kira Mazer, who is a Ukrainian girl who on the first day of the war with Russia left her country and landed in LA and started using her Ukrainian production team in Kyiv while she was shooting things and producing things in LA. And I was fortunate enough to stumble upon her. We did in a very kind of separate kind of way, found footage kind of way. We started with the Make the World Go Away video. And then we went a little bit further with the Better Than This video, but still not really doing an actual on-set shoot. We were sort of like creating it from bits and pieces of things. But Talkin, Ugly Truth, Tellin, Pretty Lies, we decided, came up with a concept, and we went in the studio. And by now, some of her people from the Ukraine had also come to LA. So Timur, who directed, had just been is a renowned director in the Ukraine who's done lots of work, and here he is in LA, and he's gonna shoot and direct this video, and so we had a skeleton crew of 5 Ukrainians, and we worked on a Saturday afternoon and created a pretty cool video. I'm currently looking forward to doing the next video with them for Under the Gun, which is the last song on this record. After Talkin' Ugly Truth, it's Navigating the Unforeseen, which is basically a poem song that I had written, kind of just spoke and tapped into an iPhone, and it tells its own story about navigating things that are surprises in your life, whether they come upon you suddenly or you see them coming and you're navigating how to enter different rooms of your life. That's what that's about. Under the Gun, Under the Gun in some sense breaks a lot of songwriting rules, and probably not in a good way, because it's kind of got a theme that taps into different areas of thought. Starts with the first verse of where the guy is saying, I have to slow down. He's pushing so hard, he's pushing too hard. This is an important thing to learn in life, and wherever you are in life, of pushing. You don't want to push past the point of breakdown. You have to know where that point is, and everybody's point is different, and you have to learn to respect that line. First verse is about this guy saying, there's only so many bullets. I've been under the gun too long. Let me shut it down for a minute. The second verse, I get into, the concept of school shootings, and how, we are basically mortgaging lives of students, of children, bending to the knee of the NRA for whatever that political power structure is and why that is. Going back to the concept of common sense, you would think that we need to apply common sense to this situation. And it's not about, taking away anybody's rights. It's about managing. This is the role of government, is to create laws to manage people on the fringe of extremes of what can happen. That's why you have a driver's license. That's why you have to stop at a red light. Common sense, gun laws make sense. And is it going to solve everything? No, but it helps. Under the Gun, that's that song.